Voice training, it's time for voice training. Voice training, train your voice so you like it. It's voice training.
Oh, hey, that's not supposed to be up. Keeps doing it. Hey, welcome. Welcome to voice training. This is all working right. Y'all can hear me okay, right? I can only test out so much before we do the stream. You know, there's supposed to be music going. Where's my music? I need to have some music while I do a stream. Welcome, everybody. I'm really excited for voice training once again. Welcome, Tango Wolf, Hey Cassidy, Klondike Dyke, Robin. Here we go. Now the music is on a playlist. Sometimes they don't, do what they're supposed to do. You know how it is. You can hear me? That's great. Very glad. Hey, is this music too much, though? Is it too little? You'd let me know, right? You wouldn't let me just stream for a long period of time without, things working properly, and then at the end be like, yeah, it was a great stream, Bria. Just, none of it worked, and it was terrible, and it failed. Oh, I'm stoked that you'll be able to watch live. Oh, it's Winnie. We got Winnie in the house. Oh, man, we got a full stream here. Welcome, everybody. I am so stoked to be streaming live for the first time in, I don't know. It's been a couple years, for sure. I used to do these every week for a while there, and then I kind of felt like I'd reached the limit of what I could do, and my ADHD brain, really doesn't like having to be at a certain place at a certain time, so I kind of stopped for a while. And I don't know, I'm in a place now where I feel like I can stream again, so I want to try it. First time chat from Noah the dog. Hey Noah, welcome. Aw, man, I'm really stoked for this. I have been doing voice stuff. Hopefully you've been doing voice training. Perhaps you're new. Anybody here in chat watching today, you're brand new? I know I've recognized a few names, so I know for a fact there's some people that are here that have familiarity with voice training and this method. But let me know if you're brand new, and maybe I'll do some stuff specifically for brand new people. If we've got people that are a little more experienced, I am going to be answering people's questions and stuff like that, but I want to play it by ear. I kind of want to match what the need is and what people are looking for. I've got the YouTube questions. I had a few people asked a couple questions on YouTube. I got those ready to go here. I can see my stream is being funny. Hopefully it's working for you. Let me know if it freezes. Where's all my... Oh, yeah, there's all my YouTube comments there. Okay, great. Great. Is the stream's going okay, though, right? It's not being bad? It'd be terrible if it was being bad. Just gonna refresh the Twitch feed, make sure that's working properly. You might notice I'm streaming somewhere different than I'd normally be streaming. Obviously I've moved over the last few years. I've set up this little forest kingdom for videos and stuff, and it's still kind of in process. No Blondie, RIP Blondie, but I think that was kind of obvious at some point. It's lagging a bit, eh? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not doing anything outrageous right now. This computer's typically fine for this. Internet's been fine. Honestly, internet's better here than at my art studio. That's a big part of why I hadn't been streaming, is I wanted to stream in my art studio, and the internet there is just being consistently no good. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll just keep going, eh? We'll just keep going. Before I go, though, you got your water, right? You need to have some water to drink. You're gonna need it. As you know, if you follow my videos, gotta have some water. Also, everybody's got enough karate, right? If you live in Vancouver, you should come train at Kumakai. I teach karate now up at Kumakai. You should come on by to Kumakai. We teach at Main Street and UBC. Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I think Monday too, but I don't teach Mondays. Come on down to do karate with me. But you really do need to have some water, though. So, voice training. Well, I should probably get into that. We only do so much minutia. I've given people plenty of time to join the stream. We're probably all good in the hood. You got 25 minutes before you gotta head back to work. All right, well, we'll see what we can get in for sassy here. We can get a decent amount in before you gotta go for sure. I haven't warmed up a whole lot. I don't know if any of you have warmed up, but maybe we should do a little bit of a warm up. I can show you a little bit of what I would normally do to warm up these days. And, I won't make it too complicated. I won't go like super hard or anything. So the first thing though, we all know about our diaphragmatic breathing, right? I hammer about diaphragmatic breathing like every video, every stream. It's really important though. We got to have at least a little bit of diaphragmatic breathing going on, right? So let's just start with a little bit of that. If you're not familiar with it, just in case, we're going to breathe in through the nose. And as you breathe in through the nose, you let your stomach expand outwards. Your ribs should be expanding outwards. Your whole lower body, not tight high up in the chest. The chest is going to relax. Your shoulders are going to settle like an egg cracked over your head. Everything from your head down to your shoulders is going to relax. A tablecloth draped over a table. A cloth draped over a bird cage, getting the bird to shut up. That kind of feeling. As I breathe in, my stomach expands out. And as I breathe out, my stomach comes in. Just let yourself relax. Let all the tension in your neck, in your shoulders, drift away. Honestly, not a bad idea to take the bra off for this. Sometimes bras give you a bit of tension in here. Video's lagging, audio's fine. Good thing it's not a super video intensive one today. I'll have to sort that out, eh? Weird. I'm not sure what to do about that. First time streaming with this setup. So, maybe there's going to be some fine tuning I have to do. Thank you for bearing with me through any lagging that may happen. Keep up with that diaphragmatic breathing even if I keep yapping. You're still getting lag on audio too? Oh, golly. Not ideal. Well, my apologies. You know me. It's not a Bria stream if there's not some kind of tech difficulties, I suppose. Sorry if there's a lot of that happening. It is being recorded, so it'll be good no matter what if you listen to it later. Keep up with your breathing, and let's just start counting in and out. I'm going to count in 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and out 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wasn't sure if my fingers could keep up with that. Hopefully you got your breath going. Hopefully you're feeling a little more relaxed. Let's do our non-voiced The bra's trying to usurp my stream. Yeah, it always is. Actually, braless today. Braless and flawless. I just want to say, I'm looking shiny here. I'm not all sweaty. I'm not that sweaty. It's Vicks Vapo Rub. Yeah, classic Bria technique. I know how it is. Geez. I don't know. I've honestly not had issues with this setup doing other things. It never fails though, right? You go live, you get a problem. Not gonna worry about it too much. Just keep following along as best you can. And also today's less of a typical follow-along workout day, more of answering questions day. And getting a feel for what people need day. Let's do one more non-voiced. I like to do a glissando. That's the starting, going up higher, coming back down. Like a ha. Think of it as breathy. Think of it as soft. Try and have your hand up to feel the air on your hand. Ha. 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 Have a sip of water. Whew. I said I wasn't that sweaty, but honestly, getting a little hot. One sec here. Underneath these lights, well, this light, the heat comes on. It's amazing what a light and talking and being around a bunch of people watching you live will do. Oh, good. I'm not wearing anything scandalous. That should be better. All right. Let me do one more glissando. Feel free to follow. Ha. Good, good. Okay, okay. I have thought about online karate vids. It's just I'm very self-conscious. I'm always like, I've been training in martial arts for like 25 years, but I never feel like I know enough. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I should leave that to somebody who really knows what they're doing. But like, I do teach. I've been teaching karate since I was like 15. I probably could. Maybe I should make some videos. I have had other people ask me for that. Okay. Normally, what I would do in a warm-up of my own, I'm going pretty slow because I'm talking, doing stream stuff here. But normally in my own warm-up, I just go straight to a scale right away. And usually I do my scale through the basic vowel sounds. So ha, hey, he, hi, ho. This is good if you're getting a little more advanced in your training. You don't have a lot of time to fool around with basics. You just got to get to the good stuff. So I'd go like ha, hey, he, hi, ho. Going higher each time. Try that. Try it out. Ooh, I got to use my your turn button. Remember the your turn button? So try it, you know. Just go a little higher each time. Let yourself relax in the throat. Try and move some air. Feel it on your hand. That's probably enough, eh? Let me do it again for you. Notice how I take a big, deep breath in using my diaphragm. I'm not tight up in here, tight in the chest. It's ha, hey, he, hi, ho. Try it out. Curse you, Glissando. It's a real shame that there's this lag happening today. Let me do one more. Normally, I honestly wouldn't do very many, but because we're both training here, let's do one more glissando, or scale. I'm going to start a little higher. Ha, hey, he, hi, ho. Notice how I had my hand up? I could still feel air at the highest point, so I know I did it well. Try to do the same for yours. You have a little water when you're done. Good, 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 good. All right, all right, all right. Often then I jump into some pinchy stuff. I go into the creaky door that, I mean, let's do Grudge Ghost. Normally I'd probably jump right to creaky door. Because I'm with possible newbies, stream people, first stream in a while. Grudge Ghost, there's a tightness at the bottom of your throat, right below where my choker is here. I got a little bit of tightness right here. I'm just like exhaling with this bit of clenching in here, and it barely is making a voice, barely is making a sound. Try that out. Yeah, I can see some lag on my Twitch feed here. That's really annoying. It's not fair. The internet's always so nice here. It was no problem streaming Diablo 2. No problem talking in Twitch or Discord chat. No problem streaming things on Discord. I probably have to change my encoding settings for OBS to match this. We'll figure that out. Here. Next, we're going to do the staccato grudge go. So that tightness in here. Staccato means like it's like start and stop. You try if you haven't. Ooh, well, people want to do karate vids? Yeah, I could do karate vids. I see it frozen on the goofiest. I'm like... Next in the... What do you call it? Staccato. We're going to move it up the throat. So I went, I'm going to try and do it a little higher. You try. A little higher. At that one, I'm getting more of my face. Now it's more nose. You hear that? I mean, honestly, it's hard to get here. Try it. And, you know, the idea, though, is physically moving it up your throat into your face. Now that we've run the gamut, we've done a static one, holding that, we've done a staccato, Let's do the moving. That is the creaky door. Going up, coming down, where you're going, So the bottom is this tight. The top, like the tightness in here, top is nasal facial. You're kind of, the muscles that clench, they clench higher and higher, go up into the face and bring into the nose. Listen to me again. If you can't make it up to the nose, don't worry. It's very hard to get up there. If you're just going, that's fine. That is a totally valid training. You'll get benefit from doing that. The goal will be to extend that further. One way that you can extend it is with little jumps, which we often do in the videos. Perhaps you're familiar with. You'd go, So I'm starting higher and higher. I lock in that tension. So you know how I've got the tightness in here? There's a little bit of tightness in the abdomen too, the diaphragm, and I'm kind of holding it like, hold it. I'm holding it. My abdomen's still clenched. I'm actually still kind of clenched in here. I'm holding it. I'm not letting it go. So the idea being, you can try it, I suppose, and then I'll talk a bit. Try a couple jumps. I'll give you space here. Is that enough time? Hopefully it was enough time. If you're watching on the VOD, you can just pause it, I suppose. So that holding on to the tension, it helps keep it in the place you want it to be. Otherwise, it can just fall apart and you lose it. And you're like, where was I? How did I make the sound I want to make? I don't know. As you get better at this, you won't need to focus so much on holding it. But when you learn how to hold it, you can hold on to the feeling in your body of what it sounds like or what it feels like to make the sound that you want to make. It's the same with pull-ups. I used to be terrible at doing pull-ups until I figured out that actually, even if you fully extend on the pull-up or close to fully extend, you want to like keep the tension in your lats and arms. If you just let it go, you're just hanging there with no tension, and it's really hard to get going. Whereas if you always maintain a little bit of tension, you can kind of pull up and down really easily. If it just comes undone, it's undone, and you have to rebuild it from scratch again. Yeah, I'll have a little water here. So, we just did creaky door. We did little ones. Let's do a long one for me. No matter how high you're going, try and stretch it out longer. So even if you're just going, that's fine. The idea is just to stretch it out longer. You can try that out. It really is a shame. I don't understand what's going on. It is quite odd that the stream seems to be so laggy. I'm very sorry for that, everyone. I didn't really imagine this would be an issue, to be honest. It has not been an issue for other things with this computer. Never fails, eh? Oh well. What can you do? What can you do? Can I turn down the video settings while I'm streaming? I don't think so. No? Uh-oh. Did I just bust it? Did I just bust this? Oh no, I think it's still going, right? No, it won't let me change it while I'm going. Alright, never mind. Well, I'll have to maybe redo my stream setup to make it a little smoother, because it might be too much for it to handle. Too hot to handle, what can I say? So, we have done the, what do you call it? The creaky door. Oh, let's do, normally what I do now is like creaky door, different words. So we did like the scale, ha, he, hi, ho stuff. Creaky door with that. So I go, A, E, I, all those different sounds. And again, if you're only going like A, E, I, O, that's fine. I mean, yeah, I should do some karate videos, because like I'll have to like take a video at some point to prove it, but I'm pretty good at karate, actually. I'm actually very good at karate. I'm willing to say that with absolutely no evidence presented currently. I train quite a bit. I actually spend too much time doing karate. I usually train for like probably 3 or 4 hours every day. I spend too much time doing this stuff, to be honest. It's good. It helps me with everything I do. I think karate is one of the most important things a person can do. Yes, the creaky door does sound awful. Most of the sounds that we make will not sound good. Most of the sounds that we make will sound absolutely horrendous. There's a difference between speaking and training. Just like there's a difference between martial arts and fighting. Do not mistake martial arts for fighting. Do not mistake training for speech. They're different. When we do something like creaky door, I would never talk like this. Hey you, it's me, Ron DeSantis. You guys aren't allowed to do drag story hour. Like, nobody would talk like that. Like, my voice now speaking is close to that, but I have other elements. So it's not just this all the time, right? Doesn't work. And so it's a part of the whole. And to get this, that's learning to clench these muscles up here and bring your voice up into your face and nose. It also helps with the vocal fry, that, like, this kind of thing, right? It's down in here, which provides a floor to keep your voice from sinking down
into the chest for heavy, booming, masculine voices.
We don't want that, so we want to, like, maybe come down here and have, like, a floor to stop the voice at. Ew. No. Don't want a heavy, booming, barbarian voice. I mean, sometimes you do. I think it's kind of fun to do a heavy, barbarian voice sometimes. But, what are we doing? Okay, so we did Creaky Door. We did some other stuff. I'm getting more warmed up. I feel like I'm doing a little better. May I do one more thing, if that's all right, to warm up, and then I'll get to some of your questions. I would usually do a sentence, which might be advanced for, new people, but let's try it. I might go, usually I like, sorry we didn't get to do more before I had to go, Sassy. Thanks for showing up. See you next time. What was I saying? Oh, sentence. Normally I do one of the Harvard sentences. My favorite. Hoist the load to your left shoulder. 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 For whatever reason, I think it's got lots of these nice oi, these kind of tight sounds that I can kind of bring up into my face. Hoist the load to your left shoulder. And normally I'd start with me, because I'm, been doing this forever, I'd just go to my voice after doing those. If you're newer to it, we would do it in pure breathy to start. So like, hoist the load to your left shoulder. If that doesn't make sense, if that's too hard for you, you're going to have to go back and review my videos on breathy. But try your best at it. Go slow. Have a space in between each word where maybe you take a breath in. Hoist the load to your left shoulder. I'm gonna have a sip of water after that. Try it while I do that. And yes, in answer to your question, Countess Katrina, congratulations on getting out of work, first of all. Second of all, this will be uploaded later. And third, you only really missed a lot of lag. I mean, a pretty banger theme song, too. But otherwise, I don't know, we've been doing stuff. I guess you missed stuff, sure. But don't feel bad. Anyways, hoist the load to your left shoulder. If we could do voice the load to your left shoulder in Creaky Door, too, if you'd like, that actually might be easier if you're a beginner. So we'd go, hoist the load to your left shoulder. I was playing that up a little bit, but it's a good thing to do that. Try it out and try holding it. Try holding it longer. Bring it up. Like, bring it up there. It'll be relevant later. And then finish up. Dang, it's really nice to be back streaming, I gotta say. This feels nice. Even if we're having a bit of tech issues, even if I'm still figuring out my setup, it feels really great to be back streaming. Thanks so much for joining me today, everyone. Not that we're finished, we're still going, but, I just felt like saying that, as it feels really nice to be here. Okay, so, did a few sentences, did a bit of stuff. I'm feeling kind of warmed up, but maybe you're still feeling in the dark. Maybe you're still not really sure about all this voice stuff. I do have some questions that people had asked on the YouTube channel, and you can put your questions in the chat here too, and I will answer anybody's questions that anybody has. Put them in the chat. I will try my best to answer anything. But first, let's go over some of the YouTube questions that people had. The first one that I'll talk about is about resonance. Someone just wanted to say, I want to work on resonance. Well, good news, person who wanted to work on resonance. Perhaps they're here right now. If so, hi. The secret to resonance is this nasal facial stuff we were doing with the creaky door. That, it's bringing it up into here. If you practice your pinchy voice, if you practice getting your voice up into your mouth, having it tight in your face, nasal pressure, that will shrink your voice down. If your voice is resonating lower,
like this, if I'm bringing my voice down into my chest and using the lower regions of my throat, it will sound heavier and booming.
But, if I bring my voice up into my face, if I bring it up tight and high into my nose, it will sound a lot smaller. I'm shrinking it down, right? So working on taking the tightness from here and bringing it up to here more will help you get up there. So practicing creaky stuff, practicing the pinchy voice, which I've got a number of videos on. I've done a few different workouts that are geared around the creaky, pinchy voice. But anything where you're kind of going like you can see, I got like tight up here, right? I got it up here. Obviously, again, we don't want to talk in the Ron DeSantis voice, but we do want to practice getting our voice up here, shrinking it down, using the tension in here, strengthening these muscles in the throat to be able to control the voice box and move it up and back. Yeah? All right. You can do the Bugs Bunny is a great one, or the Cat Girl. We've done that one quite a bit on stream in the past. That's a good one for warming up and getting into your face, where it's like the reverse of the creaky door, where you start high and bring it low. It's like, meow, meow. You gotta finish. You gotta finish with that nice, tight bottom. Tight bottom. You gotta finish with this clenching, this vocal fry at the bottom. Yeah, and you gotta notice I get this up in here, this and the end helps. Yeah, yeah, and that's gonna create a feeling of tension in your mouth. You're gonna have this sort of feeling like the sound is coming. Like, obviously, I know the sound's coming from your mouth, but like your voice will be kind of feeling like it's resonating more in here. One thing that's very important with voice training is where does it feel in your body when you're making the sound? If you make a sound that you really like, remember what it felt like when you made it. You have to take note of these sensations. And I know this can be difficult for a lot of trans people because often we spend a large portion of our lives not in our bodies. And we kind of have to break out of that. It's a bit of a journey for all of us. But the main idea is to just get a sense of, what does this feel? What is my body telling me when I make a sound that I really liked? And when I remember that feeling, I can recreate that feeling and recreate that sound. We're learning muscle control. We're learning to manipulate our vocal cords using our muscles in here. So, like I said, we do the creaky door. We're kind of feeling tension in here that kind of moves up the neck into the face. And I got pressure in here now. And that's why it's helpful. If this is something you really struggle with, if you don't know how to get it into your face, start low here. This, then you bring it a little higher, little higher, just lock it in. Like I said earlier, hold on to the tension that you have, and then go again a step higher. You just kind of ratchet it up higher and higher. Each time, bring it up your face a little bit more. And eventually you'll get to a point where you can get to this that's like a whistle note. That's like pure nasal, basically. There's tension in here. I'm using these muscles, but so much of the sound is basically focused in the nose and the mouth. Hopefully that's not too annoying to anybody listening. either on stream or in my house. But, it's one of the keys is just very much this bringing the tension up into the face more. So yeah, if you're struggling with resonance and you want to bring everything up into your face and shrink it down, pinchy voice is going to be the main one. A lot of people, I don't know, it's like the teeth comes into play a lot with this too. I feel like, oh, is my teeth too nasty? Oh, they're okay, good. So it's like, I got like, again, like I said, these muscles will be flexed. I'm really focused on tightness in the lower jaw. And that's going to help kind of stick everything up here. The muscles are going to be tight up in here, yeah? I can talk more about this if people are interested, if people need it, but I'll move on for now because I could spend forever talking about that. But if you're struggling with resonance, I suggest looking at the pinchy voice stuff in particular. That's going to help you bring it up. What else we got? We got, somebody was asking about, when you're cussing, when you're angry. Right. I'm a karate instructor. I have to yell at children all the time. Hey, you kids! Stop that! Hey! There's these bad mice. These bad mice in my apartment. They've been chewing on my rice bag, my beloved bag of rice that I shove my hands into for karate training. Those little fuckers are going and chewing it up, ruining my precious rice bag. It doesn't matter that I put a waterproof, airtight thing inside it so they can't get to the rice. It still smells like rice and they still want that delicious rice bag. And it makes me so angry. And I try yelling and go, shoo, you bad mice. Like, doesn't matter. They're still chewing on it. I see the holes, you fuckers. And the way I'm able to keep my cool, I'm so capable of maintaining my voice despite the infuriating circumstances, is because of this muscle control as well. Once again, the answer is pinchy voice. It is tightness in here. If you want to sound soft, welcoming, inviting, breathy voice is more your friend. And you may have noticed in some of my videos I talk about the blending. We're blending between usually starting pinchy, finishing breathy. So like, A, E, I, O. This is the voice I want to use. See how my voice is very soft and gentle and nice and inviting? The kind of voice I typically speak with. That's when you're going from pinchy to breathy, because you're finishing gentle. But what if you're pissed off at a bunch of mice that are chewing on your rice bag? What if those bad kids in karate class are not listening and you gotta yell at them? What if you're cussing out a transphobe? How do I sound assertive? Well, you do the reverse. You go breathy, breathy to pinchy. So you'd go, ha, 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 hey, he, hi, ho, hey, you bad kids, you fucking mice chewing on my rice bag. Finishing tight, finishing assertive, finishing strong. That's the assertive, tight voice that you're going to get from that. And we use both. Sometimes I finish, like this, so the vocal fry. That's also finishing pinchy, but it's not so sharp and intense. It's like a slow. You think I should be more annoying as a joke? Yeah, I mean, I'm already pretty annoying, I figured. I could always be more, I suppose. At any rate, where was I before I was interrupted? Oh! The tight voice, the assertive voice. You want to be assertive, you want to swear, you want to cuss, finish tight. And like I mentioned earlier, the tight voice, the vocal fry, will provide a floor. You won't
go down into the deeping voice. Hey, you bad mice.
No, Even if I lose my cool at a bunch of bad mice or children in karate class, it's still here. Hey, you bad mice! I'm using my tight, pitchy voice. I'm clenching. I'm like Rita Repulsa. Ah, those cursed Power Rangers! You know, like that kind of... that feeling is going to get you that assertive, tight, pissed off voice that you're probably seeking when you're cussing out a transphobe. Hopefully that helps. There's at least one or two other questions. Let me have a look here. And like I said, don't be afraid. Put questions in the chat. I don't mind. Oh, yes. Someone was asking about endurance. How do you develop your endurance for training? Well, holding exercises for a longer period of time is usually the simplest. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that stream bandwidth has improved. Too bad, a bunch of people left the stream. We had nice double digits and a bunch left. Well, their loss, I guess. Thank you for sticking it through the bad bandwidth times, everybody. So, endurance. Holding things for longer. So, I had you doing the creaky door, or the grudge ghost, or a pinchy voice, like, honestly, just holding that for a long time is not bad training. Like, honestly, that's a little excessive. I just want it to be bad. Yeah, so holding that for a long time actually isn't that hard. You're welcome to try it. Mostly you're going to be limited by holding your breath, but it's going to develop these muscles. But say you're doing a more difficult exercise, like... Oh, I'm getting close up to my maximum. Hold it for like 3 to 5 seconds. You could hold it for a little bit longer. Honestly, much longer than that probably isn't super beneficial. Like, I'm not going to say it won't help, but it's not necessary. But yeah, like, just hold things a little bit longer. Anything. Breathy. It's harder to hold breathy for a longer time, but that's good. That's going to develop your lung capacity. Speaking of lung capacity, well, what I used to do when I'd go for a run, I've told this story a million times on stream. I'm going to do it again. I would run around Trout Lake out in East Vancouver. They call it a lake. It's more like a big pond, but it's not, nothing to run around it. And I'd usually do a bunch of laps around the lake. And what I'd do is I'd be running around the lake. And then when I got to where I started to mark a lap, I'd be like in my best voice. I'm like huffing and puffing. I'm tired. I'm, lungs are burning, getting that cardio effect going on. But still, despite all that, I'd still in my very best voice training voice, I'd be like, 1 lap down, 7 laps to go. Keep on running, and 2 laps down, 6 more to go. And by the end, 5 laps down, 6 to go. You're gonna get tired. Your voice quality might decline a little bit, although I'm kind of playing up how much mine declined. I think mine was pretty good throughout it because I had good cardio. But working on voice at the same time as your cardio actually will improve your lung capacity, which will improve your endurance. So I actually was planning to go into an extended rant early on in this stream about how important exercise is, and I'm going to do that right now. Hey, kids, I don't know if anyone's ever told you this before in your life, but you actually really need to be exercising. One reason why I wasn't streaming for a while there, one reason why I wasn't posting like a lot of content generally, like in basically 2022, my body was like nuked. I was working out really hard in 2021 to get ready to do Lovely Buster, and I was in like a play after. I was doing all this stuff. I was working too hard in 2021. And then early 2022, my body just like fell apart, and I had joint pain all throughout my body, from my neck into my wrists and fingers down into my toes. Every single joint in my body hurt. I blame sitting down. I kind of wasn't exercising enough for a few years leading until 2021. I kind of walked away from martial arts and stuff for a little bit. I was sitting down all the time, doing art, working on stuff, and I wasn't stretching. I wasn't doing enough things to help my body stay healthy. And I thought I was doing enough. I rode my bicycle. I started doing martial arts again. I even started kind of stretching again, but I wasn't doing important maintenance exercises to keep my joints healthy, and the damage had already kind of been done. The tension had already started to set in, and I was just tight all throughout my body. I also think it was linked to an ADHD medication I was on, so watch out for that. A lot of us transes were on ADHD medication. Maybe if you've got a lot of joint pain, it might be related to your medication. Ask your doctor. I'm not a doctor. But the thing is, my body was like, no good, not doing well. And I thought I was basically done. I thought my life was pretty much over. I wasn't even sure if I'd be able to make art anymore even, because like I couldn't even really hold a pencil. It just hurt too much. I couldn't play video games. And I was kind of ready to throw in the towel, if I'm being honest. But my wonderful partner, who's always supportive and lovely, put on Karate Combat for me. If you're not familiar with Karate Combat, it's a karate fighting league that was started up by like Boss Rutan, and they used to have this great like time travel kayfabe going on where they insisted the fighters are coming through magic portals to do battle on different planets and stuff. It was pretty great. I really drew. I came for the kayfabe. I came for the kayfabe. I stayed for the karate, and that got me into it. I was like, oh, that's so cool. I love karate, and I just couldn't help but like move a little bit, but it was hard because my body hurt, all my joints hurt. And so what I started doing was I started doing 10 squats when I brushed my teeth, which was twice a day. You should brush your teeth twice a day, kids. Brush your teeth. Come on. Auntie Bria Voice Senpai says you should brush your teeth ideally twice a day. And when you brush your teeth, do 10 squats. Just do 10 squats. If you do 10 squats twice a day while brushing your teeth, that's free exercise you're cramming into your life. And that is going to get you moving. Then you can build up, do a little bit more. This is all a very long, extended rant to say, exercise saved my life, and you should be exercising too. Everybody should do a little bit of exercise. I know, it sucks. It's annoying. It feels like it doesn't matter. I honestly stopped exercising because I exercised a fair bit to medicate dysphoria. And I sort of reached a limit of what I could achieve with exercise regarding, like, say, changing my body and dealing with parts of my body that made me feel bad about myself. And I felt like, what's the point? Well, the point is that you are worth it. You are worth having a functioning body that isn't pissed off at you all the time. And doing a little bit of exercise, just like a few simple things. Get yourself a foam roller. Do you have a foam roller? You should buy a foam roller at the dollar store and roll out your sore, tight muscles. I can make a video showing you how to do this if you like, but like for real. I don't mean to be annoying about this. I don't mean to go on at length about this, but Annie Bria loves you. She doesn't want to watch you, fall apart more so than we all are going to inevitably fall apart and die. But like, take care of yourself, please. Your body will thank you. You will feel better. Like I said, I thought my life was over. I thought I was done in the sun. And then now I'm like, I did a cartwheel yesterday. I hadn't done a cartwheel in 10 years. And it wasn't a crappy cartwheel. It was a good cartwheel. I'm shoving my hands into rice bags and punching metal plates and teaching karate on Tuesday nights. I thought my life was over. And exercise brought me back. And it helps me too, with voice, with breath, with everything. Please, exercise. And when do you exercise? Work on your voice. That will build up your stamina too. In addition, though, sorry, that was a very long rant to go on in the middle of answering somebody's question about stamina, but read. Read things out loud. Get a Wikipedia article. Pull up that Wikipedia article and read a paragraph at a time in your voice. Just don't stop. Maybe take a breath in between. And, you know, just practice doing things for an extended period of time. Normally I say in all my sessions, don't train for more than an hour. That's all you should do. And it's true. You should only train for an hour in the beginning. Eventually, though, you do need to start training for a little longer because, hey, this is going to become your voice, theoretically, right? So you need to get used to doing it all day. What I used to do, as I've also, sorry everyone, I've told this story many times on stream and elsewhere, like in the Discord chat and stuff. I used to be an art teacher in Thailand. And Thailand is not known for its organization. And so when I went, in to get my job, I got this job, they hired me. I show up at the school and they're like, hey, yeah, great. We're so glad you're here. You are on the staff. You are our art teacher for the elementary school kids. And there are no elementary school kids taking art this semester. So you can hang out in the art room and do something. And so I had a lot of time to just hang out and work on my voice and figure out that I'm trans. And when I was left alone, even honestly, even after I had kids coming in, there was still long periods of time where I was left alone. Maybe I'm marking assignments. Whatever I was doing, I was narrating it. I would be going, oh, well, this kid, they put a sun here and they put different uses of color and they showed an effort to try to depict something that was difficult, or their ideas coming through in this way. And I just talk through whatever, my reasoning was on this grade. And, they get 10 out of 10. What a great kid. We love them, folks, don't we? I don't know, right? Like, just talk through what you're doing. And yeah, okay, maybe you're around people all the time and they're going to think you're weird. I don't know what to say there. Maybe you're going to have to get around some cool people that don't think you're weird for practicing your voice. Honestly, they should be supportive of you practicing your voice. Fuck those people. Why aren't they supportive of their dear friend practicing their voice? But outside of that, yeah. Exercise, do your cardio, read things out loud over an extended period of time, and narrate what you're doing. That will develop stamina in your voice. Oh, and hold exercises for longer. Any exercise we do, just hold it for like a couple seconds longer than you normally would. Go past your comfort zone. Go a little bit into the maximum of what your breath can handle doing, right? If you're running out of breath at the end of it, good. You're challenging that, okay? Hopefully that answers the question about endurance. Were there any others? And again, chat, feel free, chime in. We could have other questions if other people have them. Maybe resonance. We did, this person just saying nice things. That's always nice. Thank you. Someone saying woo. We love that. Endurance, swearing. I think that's all the questions that were on the... Oh, is it going to play the video? Please don't play the video. I'm pretty sure I told you not to play the video. Let's put a like on there. If you like that video, you should like that video if you haven't. Okay. Looks like that's all the questions that were on the YouTube video. Any other questions? Put them in chat. I'm happy to answer any question you have. I'm, just always wanting to help people as much as I can. And we'll have more opportunities. I'm going to be doing more of these streams, by the way. I'm going to be streaming. Next week is on the Discord. Next week is going to be a closed session if you're not on the Discord. Can I interest you in a Discord membership? All you got to do is sign up to support me on Patreon. I'm asking maybe people support me for $5 a month. That would really help me out if you support me on Patreon. And then you can join the Discord and you can hang out with me every first and third Monday in chat. And whatever question you have, whatever you want to work on, we'll work on voice stuff and you get one-on-one or one on a couple people. It's, we haven't had any huge groups so far. but it's a small, closed environment where I can help you out. If you want personal feedback directly, I do offer lessons currently on Thursdays. Send me a message, lifeofbrie@gmail.com, or, DMs on my other platforms. Ask me, and we can set up a lesson for you, probably. No problem. It shouldn't be an issue. But in addition to all that, I'll do more of these streams. And these streams, some of them might be more structured. Some might have things I want to work on. Some might be answering people's questions again. I just want to get back in the habit of streaming, talking to people, helping people out with their voice. Voice is such an important thing to me. It really helped me just believe that transition was even possible at all. I didn't even, it was another time. This was like 2014. It was like 10 years ago. Obama was president. And I don't know, the world was a different flavor of transphobic. I was a different flavor of transphobic. No, but I had like an internalized transphobia. Like, ooh, I don't know if I want to transition if I can't be a real girl or whatever, right? Like that kind of feeling. And then finding out, oh my God, you can change your voice? Maybe transition actually is possible. And that opened the door to me being able to transition, and then going into the trans community and realizing, oh, these are some fucked up things that I think about trans people or about passing or whatever, right? And, you get woke from there or whatever, right? But the point is, voice opened the door for me, so that's why I'm determined to keep offering voice to people, because I've seen the change that it makes in people. I've seen the way it helps people to find their voice, and I want to help more people do it, because it's something I can do. This is something I can offer to people that brings value to people, that I feel like unambiguously good about. I don't feel like it's a bad thing. Like, I've gotten down on social media in the past and feeling like it's fueling, problems in our world or whatever. But I do think that, helping people with voice is a good thing to do. Oh, I think I'm a beautiful girl. Thank you. It's very sweet of you to say. So, yeah, I don't know. There's probably something else I'm sure I could talk about in stream. Oh, hello. It's Helpful Rex. Oh my God, Helpful Rex is here. Oh my God, it's been forever since I saw you. What is this? What have you got? You want me to read this? Oh, okay. All right. What do we got here? It's the word of the day. It's been ages since we had one of these. Today's word of the day for March 11th, 2024 is kime. Oh, okay. Do you guys ever hear of this term? Kime? It's from Japanese, and it's focus, power, to stop a movement. Oh, you wanted me to review some kime today? Oh, okay, sure. Okay, so that makes sense. It makes sense that Helpful Rex wants me to help out on this concept. And, what's my take on Akira Toriyama? He's my favorite artist in the world. I am sad that he's dead, but also nothing that's good about Dragon Ball, hasn't had anything to do with him. It's been a long time since he was actually involved in Dragon Ball, and so when people are like, oh, I'm so sad there won't be any Dragon Balls, like, honey, he didn't do a whole lot with it before. But also he, said some really shitty things about women and said some kind of creepy stuff too. But hey, I don't want to defame the guy. I love his art. He's, in my opinion, the greatest artist. He's influenced me more than anyone else. I love Akira Toriyama overall, I'd say, and I am bummed that he's dead. There won't be another person like him, I'm sure, for a long time. Anyways, kime. Kime. Why am I talking about kime? This is a concept in martial arts. And so as a result, I'm, karate instructor. I talk about kime in my voice lessons these days because I realized it helps me to impart something very important. So, you know how we did some sentence work briefly? You know how we did some, the creaky door, or a glissando? When we're doing something that's complicated, like say a sentence where we're going like, this is the voice I want to use. Notice how I'm focusing on every single word? Or when I do a creaky door, say, I'm like, and on each of these cases, I'm very much emphasizing and holding something. So say the creaky door. the beginning and the end and the middle all have very clearly defined moments where I'm focusing on it, I'm holding it, I'm, right? And when you do karate kata, I'll put this down for a second. You know, they do a motion usually. It's like, hold it, hold it. And you hold that power. When I'm a karate instructor and I'm watching a student do their kata, they're doing their kihan, they're practicing their moves, I want to see that power held with intention. I want it, there's tension, the body, you can't see it, but I'm like, I'm tight, flex. You're light until you're tight, right? Oftentimes students, when they're doing different exercises, they'll be like, they just kind of, it just drops off, right? It just kind of falls flat. We want hime, we want tightness, we want intensity, we want the focus at each, oh wow, music got louder, eh? Changeover in the playlist brought some louder music. That's okay. Oops, no, that's not what I wanted. Oh, actually, no, sorry, I got confused. I thought my mic was the music. So anyways, hime. So, when you're speaking a sentence, this is the voice, hoist the load to... Notice how I'm focusing on every word? I am holding that word. I am giving it space so I have control over it. I'm not rushing through it. This is the voice I want to use. Hoist the load to your left shoulder. More masculine voices usually tend to not enunciate as much. More feminine voices tend to enunciate. So it is very useful for us to, like, to enunciate every little syllable, every little piece of our phrase, our exercise. Hold it. Give it kime. Don't let it drift off. Don't let it just peter out. I want it on like a laser beam. Just like your focus when you punch. Hold it. I'm not... It's... I'm playing it up a little bit for the camera here so you feel it. But tight release. Tight release. Kime. It might take a little bit for this concept to marinate. It might take a little bit for you to really be able to embody it in your training. But try it. Think about kime. Imagine when you're doing any voice exercise, you're doing a kata for your voice sensei. And I'm watching you and I want to see each little piece. I want to hear each little piece. Show me every little piece. Enunciate every little piece. I know I'm talking about things in terms of karate, hard training, but this is how you're going to speak like a girl. We are achieving the soft via the hard. All things exist in a balance of hard and soft, breathy and pinchy, if you will. And it is in the blending of the two that we achieve our whole selves. The hard contains the soft in its perfected state. The soft contains the hard in its perfected state. You cannot have one without the other, and you must crash and flow between the two, much like our blending technique. We blend seamlessly between hard and soft, much as we do in our lives. So, you know, karate stuff. Thanks, Helpful Rex. Oh, thanks. Hey! Don't you bite me. You're like those bad mice. Ruining my rice bag and destroying Winnie's screwdrivers. Well, children, I've been going for over an hour now. Yeah, I think, first of all, not enough launch. I agree. I think there should be more launch in Akira Toriyama's work. Why wasn't there more launch? Whenever launch isn't on camera, people should be asking, where's launch? Anyways, as I was saying, I've been streaming for a little over an hour. Unless somebody else has some pressing questions, I should probably go have dinner with my beautiful, lovely partner. But I will answer any other questions, any last minute questions. I know there's probably a slight delay in stream here between what I'm saying and what people are commenting. So I will give it a little bit of a moment here. I just want to say, like, it really means so much to me that people tuned in for the stream. Sorry there were some lag issues going on. I'm going to review the video settings to make sure that's not an issue next time. You know, first stream, bit of a learning curve. And like I said, next week is on the Discord. Sign up on the Patreon to join the Discord. If you're already on my Patreon and you're not on the Discord, send me a message. I'll set it up. I don't know. Supposedly it's automatic. I always end up having to do it manually. Tech issues. I'm cursed. It's an ancient curse my family has carried for generations until I slay the vampire that causes it. And, oh yeah, if you live in Vancouver, come down to Kumakai for some good old-fashioned karate training. I'm training super hard. Maybe I'll make some karate videos. I'm gonna do some more voice video stuff too. I know. I've been saying this for like 3+ years now. I just have very high standards and I just keep reworking it and I get more and more elaborate in my ideas. I am working on voice videos. I'm going to release a comprehensive voice training series of these concepts that I cover in streams. But until then, I will happily help people out on stream, on Discord, in other weird little videos I put out. And one day, my perfect voice videos will come out. Yeah. I don't know. Anything else? Feeling good. I'm really happy that I got to stream with everyone. You know, I'm just gonna make sure, because there is that slight lag, that there's no other questions coming before I dip out, but I am gonna go eat some delicious supper soon. Do some more working out, to be honest. I'm gonna go do karate after. Definitely gonna go do more karate after this. Karate is low-key, like, my religion and my gender, and it's made me who I am today. And I hope that if you have anything from your life, like maybe in pre-transition, that maybe it defined you, maybe it was something that you hid in. I had a complicated, troubled relationship with karate for years after I came out as trans, because I saw it as something that I was hiding in, and maybe it was something I needed to walk away from, you know, in order to be a woman or whatever, right? But over time, I realized that no, it was actually extremely important to me, and I needed to have it in my life, but also it was very important that I experienced the absence of it from my life. It was extremely important that I walk away from it for a period of time before returning to it. So if you have something that you perhaps hid in the closet, and you're not sure how you feel about it after coming out of the closet, I actually suggest you do walk away from it. Try seeing what your life looks like without it. And if you miss it, you can always come back to it. And honestly, it'll be like you never left. Oh, don't worry about it, Fiore. I'll put it up on YouTube for you. And I'll see you either next week if you're on the Discord, or in 2 weeks on Twitch. Thanks, Katrina. I realize I'm reading out comments, like, as people are... They've long since already said them, so you might be waiting a second before you hear me saying thank you and all that. But, yeah, I don't know. I'll leave you with that little nugget of wisdom. Try walking away from the things that you think you're hiding in and see if you still love them. And give them another chance. If you've already walked away from them and you thought, no, that's boy stuff or whatever, yeah, maybe. Or maybe it was the hardness that brought you to your softness. And in perfecting your softness, you will come to hardness as well, and seamlessly blend between the two. I'm gonna go have dinner. I love you all very much. It really means the world to me that you showed up for my stream. I feel so thankful and grateful that I get to help people with voice. It's the best thing that I get to do, frankly. And I look forward to many more voice streams and many more voice videos. I'm gonna go. Don't rate. If you got a Twitch Prime, send me a Twitch Prime. You know I'll appreciate it. Send me a tip on Ko-Fi if you feel like it. Sign up on the Patreon to join the Discord, and I'll see you next week. Love you lots. See you around. Be good. Have fun. Kill all your enemies. And never ever stop training. Us! Hey, Editing Bria here. I just wanted to say thanks so much to all of my supporters on Patreon. You can see those names scrolling past you on the screen here. It really means a lot to me, every little bit of support that I get. It really helps me do all my different projects that I do. I don't want my voice resources to ever be locked behind a paywall, just like I don't want my voice resources to ever be like the only thing that I do in life. Like, that's just not going to happen. I'm always making art. I'm always doing different projects. And the people who support me on Patreon allow me to keep on putting out voice resources so I have the time to make the things that I want to do and still support myself and not have to spend a bunch of time seeking employment or making income elsewhere. It means the world to me. If you support me on Patreon for just like $5 a month, you can get a spot on the Discord server. We've got a really nice community there. Everybody's really friendly. We hang out and chat and, voice chat while I draw and stuff. And every other week, when I'm not doing these live streams, I'm doing a voice clinic on the Discord. So you can come in and get some, personalized feedback from me there. It's a great time. It can be really useful. So yeah, thanks so much to all my Patreon supporters. And if you need extra help, you can always email me at lifeofbrie@gmail.com. I do still offer personal voice lessons, $60 an hour, Thursday nights, or in the middle of the day. Hit me up at lifeofbrie@gmail.com, and I'll be able to help you out with voice training. See you next time. Bye. Is this long enough? Have I been recording long enough? Are they going to be able to read all of these names? You have to read all of these names. Like, are you reading them? You weren't paying attention to all those names, were you? You were listening to me talk. Go back, watch all of that, scroll again, read all the names out loud. Practice your voice, reading those names out loud. Oh, man, I should probably read names out loud if they're like a special. Okay, if you're a really important special donor, next time I'll read your name out loud. But this time I'm not doing it. But you should do it, the person watching this. You read those names. They gave me money. They deserve it. All right, then. Good. So, yeah, I don't know. How you doing?